Welcome to Community Conversations. I'm your host, Twana James, and today we're diving into the world of independent filmmaking, storytelling, and community empowerment with our very special guest, who just happens to be my cousin, Fredericksburg's own Tony James.
Peace and prosperity. Want to know how you guys doing today?
Listen to that voice, Godson Entertainment. I come from a very talented, vocally talented family. Tony is a Newark, New Jersey-born filmmaker and the visionary behind Godson Entertainment, now based in Fredericksburg, right here in Fredericksburg. He has built a reputation for bringing raw, authentic, and emotionally grounded stories to life right here on the screen. His journey from the streets of Newark to coming into Fredericksburg and just changing it all up, Godson Entertainment's own Mr. Tony James, welcome to Community Conversations.
Got me sounding like Tyler Perry. That's what I'm talking about.
You know what?
Touch and agree on that.
You are Fredericksburg's own version of Tyler Perry, and that is not a joke.
I receive it.
Listen, a lot of people don't know, and I just want people to put it out there. Yes, we are in fact cousins. Your dad and my mom were brother and sister, so we are blood related. But listen, that has no bearing on this. Your presence here in Fredericksburg has definitely made some changes. You are filming movies right here, finding local talent. Yeah. Now, just real quick, give us a story from how you went from Newark coming down to Fredericksburg.
Okay, first of all, I got to thank you for having me here.
Of course.
I'm honored, as always. I came into Fredericksburg with the wife and son back in 2020 during the pandemic after the loss of my father. And ironically, I stopped doing music and also I stopped doing film for, I say, about 3 years. And once I got down here, got acquainted with the people and the surroundings, which I love, I really am a strong advocate for Fredericksburg. I really fight for this little...
Really?
Yes.
Little old Fredericksburg.
Little old Fredericksburg. I fight for this city. And, I really believe it's some extremely talented people here. So I started the journey back up as far as filmmaking is concerned back in 2022. It was with 10 Minutes Ago. And from there on, right now, we consistently have been working all together. It's 10 films that's between Amazon Prime and Tubi. And by the time, I guess, I say middle of January, it would be 11.
Yo, you were putting Fredericksburg on the map. Godson Entertainment has a unique creative voice. What inspired you to start the company? Like, what was your vision for it at this point?
Well, I wanted to tell stories that reflect our community, of course. I always wanted to tell stories, also the things that I've seen, whether it be in Newark, New Jersey, or abroad, because we all have the same stories, just in different cities and states. So, yeah, I just wanted to tell from our side instead of having other dominant societies try to write what we write and portray what we go through in our own, consciousness and also society. And it seemed like people have been enjoying them.
Oh, absolutely. I think people see a reflection of themselves in your films, the emotional side of things. You write this, you produce it, you the guy behind the camera. Like, absolutely. What don't you do as a part of
Well, I can't film myself and act at the same time because I would love to get back to acting as well because that's another passion of mine. But since I got down here, I've been working with some amazing women. Shout out to Carolyn Randall, to Kendrea R. Williams. Also, I say by April, May, you will see another film by Miss Nicole Carter. And I'm just going to keep working with people, building up my repertoire and also building up other people's repertoires as well.
Well, what I've really enjoyed about your films here lately is I know some of the spaces. I know some of these establishments where you film. How do you find where you film here in Fredericksburg?
That's a great question. I love to go, first of all, to meet the people. It's a lot of great eateries, a lot of restaurants, a lot of companies that actually support the city. So, and most importantly, there are a lot of companies, or might I say Black-owned companies, that are also in the community. So I just go talk to them, meet and greet, and we just take it from there.
What if someone wants to have their home or something or their business featured in one of your films? Is there a way to do that?
Absolutely. I mean, the first thing that I would love for everyone to do, you can go on Facebook and see Tony James Filmmaker or Tony James. You can go on Instagram, Tony James Filmmaker. So I just go through word of mouth these days. I've been going through a lot of word of mouth. People say, oh, you want to work with, Tony? And just so happens people been finding me on my social media pages. So, yeah, that's the number one place that everybody can find me.
Well, as a part of Community Conversations, we're working on doing a series of podcasts about side hustles. Sometimes you got to work that dream before you make it your full-time thing.
Absolutely.
And I know that you've been kind of multitasking for however many years, but you're about to pivot. I'm calling that forward. This is going to be your full-time thing. But how have you been able to manage all of these films that you actually produced? I mean, from beginning to end, from scratch, and still maintain employment?
Well, okay. Here's the number one thing. Do not take loans, because you have to make mistakes in order to build up any empire or any business. And I actually did a little booklet, a little ebook, basically the 10, commandments of what not to do, when it comes down to filmmaking. And the number one I would say immediately, even though Spike Lee and a couple other filmmakers like myself have done this thing, Spike Lee was successful. I think Robert Townsend also did it. Do not go credit cards. Do not go loans. The reason being is because the interest rates will put you in the red. And next thing you know, you're slowing down the process because you're paying the people instead of getting the repertoire or the customers, or even, people that want to come in and invest into your films.
Yeah.
It takes time. So I would tell people to just do a side hustle, like you said. I started doing security even when I got down here in Fredericksburg. And slowly but surely I was able to maintain that until I wanted to go bigger and broader in the spectrum as far as making my films more cinematic. Thus, that's when I get into the credit cards and things of that nature.
Yeah, the overhead.
The overhead, because you want to take care of people. You want to make sure your cast and crew is well taken care of. And you want to get your great locations. These are all the fundamentals that you have to have when you're doing a cinematic film, or a film that's going to be attractive enough where you can get people to want to watch and, and become fans of your bodies of work. So all of that comes into play when it comes to, now I'm here in Fredericksburg. Now, where are the places that people go to frequently now? Or all the places that, you may find some great talent walking around in the mall. You may find some great talent just sitting down, having a pizza or something. So you get fundamentally adapted to the areas that you're in. Once you do that, or word of mouth, you find some people that know some great actors and actresses, and you acclimate yourself into that society, so to speak. Next thing you know, okay, well, how much will you cost to be, in the film? So all of these things, they come with they come with everything in alignment.
Costs,
Everything costs. I don't even care if you're giving someone $100 just to be in your short film, some way, But I'm gonna tell you a secret.
Yes.
Once you find people who are sharing the same visions, goals, and dreams and aspirations, you can find ways where you can pay them. Case in point, when I did my film Falsity 2. What I did was, during the ticket sales, because we had a premiere party, I allowed everyone to take the ticket sales and keep the money for themselves. And when I tell you that place was packed out.
Wow, because they were getting,
it was packed
that's
out.
Smart. I've never heard of that.
Yeah, it was smart until I went back into my own pocket. It was like, wait a minute, I didn't get no ticket sales. So, but, long story short, it's all in building what you believe in most, what you do the absolute best with the least amount of effort. That's your passion, and that's also your purpose. So that's, I took the long way.
But it pays off because
Absolutely.
You get that experience. You learn from every mistake and things that you'll do differently going further ahead.
Absolutely.
Now, I know that you do a lot of writing. I have to ask this on behalf of family members.
Okay.
Are these stories inid by things that have happened in your real life? I'm just wondering.
Okay. I plead the fifth on that. On the grounds that may incriminate me.
Look, and I'm sure the aunties are okay with that.
Well, I mean, and what's so funny? I think, once again, having people gravitate to your films, you have to find topics and subject matters that are in our community, that represent the trials and tribulations. So I'm not going to say all, but you have to go through my body of work to find out,
There's some stuff you heard about.
Yeah, exactly. I heard that might be about your cousin, your auntie or your uncle. So yeah, that's that's how you make great bodies of work. That's how you make great films.
Well, you definitely find a lot of great talent and even some familiar faces I've seen in some of your films. So talk about the talent pool here in Fredericksburg and what you found just in doing independent filmmaking. What are you coming across?
That's a good question. So I got to bring in Carolyn Randall for Fredericksburg. This young lady, writer, producer, she actually acted in her own film. I'm doing number 2. Once I leave here, I'm getting back to editing to her Broken Behaviors 2. She's incredible. She's incredible. And we actually are a day apart from, birthday-wise. So it was just amazing. And
kind of kindred spirit.
Exactly, kindred spirit. And when I tell you, I'm able to direct everyone on set, but because she's so familiar, and I mean, her mind is amazing because she can remember everybody's part, which I find to be incredible.
Yeah,
you know
absolutely.
What I mean? She knows everybody's scene. She knows everything. And she still yet is doing her own character that she wrote for herself.
Wow.
So I find it so amazing. It's been an absolute pleasure to be working with her. Also,
gotta have her on the show.
Oh, yeah. I'm going to bring her up here for you. I'm telling you. She's something else.
She sounds fascinating.
Yeah, she's something else. And like I said, it's just been word of mouth. Even with Kendra R. Williams down in Richmond. She's also an amazing writer, producer, director. And the thing is, I still don't remember how I met her. It's social media. Everything has been social media. And the great thing about being here is because it's not oversaturated with filmmakers.
Yes.
So I'm able to just move and, you want to.
And people are excited to receive you.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, it's amazing because once again, you can't be fearful to meet people. But at the same time, like I always use that Bible scripture, he who wants friends must first show himself friendly.
Yes.
So even in that, you can go to a place like, I guess, let's say Orleans Bistro, right? And you can be sitting there and hear a conversation and excuse me, I just heard it. And the people are that friendly. Next thing you know, you guys are working together on a project, right? And I got to shout out Shamila Beslow. Shamila Beslow was, literally another incredible person. Her and my boy Owen Funderburg III, they worked with me on 10 Minutes Ago. And Shamila, I didn't know Shamila from a can of paint. And she helped me organize and get everything together on 10 Minutes Ago. And that's another person that is, I call her the plug because she knows everybody from the DMV.
Yeah.
So, yeah, she's an incredible individual as well.
There's a lot of people here that are just going after their dreams. And it kind of reminds me of Atlanta when I lived there in the early 90s. People were there for a purpose, and everybody was trying to create their own thing. And then it just turned magical.
Absolutely.
What if someone has a screenplay or something like that and they want to get it filmed? Can they contact you?
For people who do have screenplays or scripts that they want to get off the ground, they can inbox me. They can tell me what the ideal is or what the synopsis is about the film, and we could just talk. I'm very affordable. That's the other thing. So the thing is, when you look at films, especially independent films, you're looking at $25,000 and up.
Yeah.
Right. If you really want it to be cinematic or something that can be picked up by, a Tubi or an Amazon Prime and find yourself actually getting some revenue from it.
Yeah.
But at the same time, a lot of people are afraid. A lot of people, they don't want to be let down. And that's I understand that totally. So that's the reason why I work. I'm affordable, because I want to meet. I'm a people's person. I want to see progress with our people, most importantly. But I love bringing like joy and happiness to people to say, I finally got it. It's finally done. And with the 2 young ladies I previously mentioned, they went through other filmmakers that were also in the area, right? They didn't get any kind of momentum on their projects. And I told them I had distribution. I told them I can get their, films on. And at first, they gave me some apprehension because they went through who they went through previously.
Right, yeah.
Right?
Yeah, they were a little skeptical.
They were skeptical.
Yeah.
And once they see how I worked, because I do everything by myself, I wish I had a team, but until then, I continue to do everything by myself. Once they saw how I worked, how I was very, attentive for what they're looking for, it was nothing else to be said or done. Yeah. So like I said, with both of these young ladies, I worked on their I say it's going to be a trilogy. I'm just waiting. I'm just waiting But so far, we've done 2 of, Broken Behaviors and Deadly Obsession. And when they're ready to do the 3rd one, I'm ready, willing, and able for them. So, yeah, we'll see. I believe it's going to be trilogies.
Anyone who's following you online, and you people will see if you're going to follow him now in God Center, he's a very deep person, very passionate, not just about his work and the type of work that he does, but just life in general. You be dropping gems, like for real. Even if it's a post with no words, there's always a purpose in everything you post, and I love that. We got to get you on the air here. We got to bring you in for a podcast.
That's we would talk about that earlier.
Yes.
So we're looking to possibly do a podcast here. I'm be open and willing to receive.
I'm calling it done.
Okay. Well, we're looking at a podcast called the Peace Podcast. I've had the title for over a year now, actually almost 2 years now. And what the Peace Podcast will provide is mental health and well-being, spiritual awareness, dealing with situations like shadow work, finding the dark situations that, your past things that you may have done or been through, but because of life being life, you suppressed it without even recognizing that it was suppressed. So, those were some of the titles and ideas that we're thinking about bringing to the table, because it's extremely important for our community. Most of, all of the traumas.
Trauma can't be your identity. Yeah. I think that's one of the things I've picked up just from, like, people wear it like a badge, though.
Absolutely. Because you have to look at it.
And that can limit you in so many other ways.
And sadly enough, even in today's society, what we're faced with, this is becoming monetary slavery. So we're living in epigenics right now while we're going through it, as far as our bloodlines, as far as our past. And really, I see a lot of people rejecting the thought of it, repeating itself. But history always repeats itself.
Well, one thing about Tony James, the filmmaker, this brother's going to always keep it deep. And I'm looking forward to this podcast. We're going to call this in, and we're going to make this happen. We're touching and agreeing right now. Before we go, your latest project, Sincerity, I love.
Thank you, cousin.
I love.
Thank you,
we want to get people to find it, watch it, support it. It was filmed right here in Fredericksburg with some familiar faces.
Absolutely.
Listen, tell us how we can see Sincerity.
You can actually see Sincerity right now if you go to Sincerity on YouTube. It's been on YouTube for about a month and a half right now. And Sincerity just came on Tubi last week. And we just made the to-be recommended list. So I'm thankful. I'm grateful. I'm happy about that. I appreciate everybody that has been watching the film. I actually have some groups that I'm affiliated with that's in Africa, or more rather, Akabilan. And they've been leaving me comments. What a good movie, So I'm thankful. I'm really grateful.
Awesome! I am so proud of you.
Thank you, cousin.
So proud of you and what you're doing here in Fredericksburg. You're going after your dream, and you're bringing all of us with you.
Absolutely. It
Tune in for the journey, man. Godson Entertainment. His name is Tony James, the filmmaker. Tony James, filmmaker. Right here out of Fredericksburg, y'all. He's based here now. So listen, if you're looking to get in the field, maybe you got some acting skills.
Come on.
Some of y'all sociopaths out there.
Look, I deal with split personalities. We all have them.
That's another deep conversation that'll be coming forward on the podcast. Tony James, I am so proud to have you as my family member, man.
Likewise, cousin.
Proud of what you're doing.
All
right, y'all. Thank you for coming in.
Peace and blessings.